Let's consider the tests we've just run. To recap, we were using an application simulator test component to send the layer 7 applications, and we were using the security test component to send security strikes. Now, if we wanted to have a look at the report, there is a button down the bottom here that we can click on to view the report. Once the report opens, we can have the option to download the report to our client. So if we click on that link, we can see that there are various different formats we can download: PDF, HTML, etc. We can choose the sections that we want to download. Just select certain sections or select all. And we can choose the data that we want to export as well. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the live test, and this is stored on the BreakingPoint as dynamic HTML. We see some aggregate stats, and we see some stats that relate to the specific test component. So for each test component that we use, we get a separate section. So let's go in and look at the test results for the application simulator. Now, if we look at the high-level information, we can see, for example, the application data that was sent. We can look at the IP summary. There's a TCP summary, UDP summary, RTP summary. But this is the high layer stats. We can now expand the detail section and go down into more detail. So for example, we might want to see what the application data throughput was. And this is the aggregate for all of the application data. But we can expand this out to look at, for example, the throughput of HTTP. But we might have been sending different flavors of HTTP. So we can now go to the Superflow throughput, and we can take a look at the HTTP video and compare that to the HTTP audio as an example. Let me just scroll down to show you what else is available in terms of an application simulator test component. But now I want to show you what's available for the security test component. I'll expand the detail, and as you can see, the information displayed depends on the test component. So there's less information to show for the security test component as compared with the application simulator. And we can analyze what security strikes were allowed and which were blocked. In this particular case, of course, we can see that all of the 189 strikes that were sent were allowed. But now we can drill down and say, well, okay, let's have a look at the SSL denial of service. And for each one, we can now see that there's a timestamp, there's a strike name, it's classed as either allowed or blocked, and there's a strike reference. So if we didn't know CV reference number, it's listed here, and by clicking on it, it will take us to the MITRE site, and we can glean some more information regarding that vulnerability.